man. Well, hey, big topic this week.
Lots of big topics, but
Lots of big topics.
The big one.
First week.
The biggest one right now in the news, man. I got to say it's Aaron Rodgers and his Achilles injury.
Dude,
That
pulling
Achilles,
his
man.
best Kobe Bryant.
Man, before we can get into this, I need to take a drink, man.
Ooh, shoot.
Yeah. You got some feelings. You got some feelings about it.
I do, man. So there's a lot of mixed feelings between this. Obviously, I was excited to watch him play, just to watch him suck out there, man. I was excited to see exactly what he did in Green Bay. I wanted to see what he did with the Jets, and I don't know. That's what I was expecting. And then a couple plays later, what happens? He blows out his freaking Achilles. I think it was his left one.
I think so.
Yeah, his left Achilles tendon. Yeah,
Who does that? Who blows out an Achilles playing sports?
fucking weirdos, dude.
Dude, only the best.
Dude. I know a good one.
Yeah. I'll say again, and it's one of those things where it's like, I know your wife had an Achilles injury, and it's like, so I can't even imagine what that feels like, but it's like, as a quarterback, I assume to push and drive the ball, you
Yeah.
need full range and motion right there.
Right.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, it's just like, like when my wife's happened playing soccer, it was crazy. It was like in the middle of the field, and there was no one around her. But she described it as feeling like she thought like, oh, someone just kicked the back of her leg. Like she heard a pop, and then just thought like, oh, someone kicked the back of her leg. And so when she got off the field, and she asked me, she's like, man, did you see that person like kick me in the back? And I was like, babe, there was no one around you. Like, and so that's like how it feels. And we looked it up, and it's like, sure enough, like that's one of the symptoms is you feel like something hit you.
It's like
But I mean, I didn't, it's like right off the bat, I didn't feel like it was the Achilles because, he got up, like I know he got up a little hobbled.
Yeah.
And then he went down, and I'm like, okay, maybe like his ankle just like, bummed out on him and he needs to go get that thing taped up.
Right. But it looked right. I'm going to throw up actually a picture of him right here. But it looked painful after, when it happened, it's all fast speed. You don't really see it. But when they slowed it down and you see this picture up here, right here, it just completely, bent over, and you can tell that,
That thing was
it's game over,
stretched
dude.
out, yeah.
And yeah, I just wasn't expecting especially when he popped right back up, man. I was like, okay, and then he dropped back down. I'm like, okay, he's faking it. Like the first couple seconds in my mind, I was like, he's faking it. He's trying to waste some time, get everybody on the field, whatever.
I thought, like I said, I thought he just was like, I gotta get this ankle taped up real quick.
Well, because I know Nick says something funny earlier. Because how much was his contract guaranteed for?
So, I think it's like $75 million guaranteed.
Oh my goodness!
And he played like 3-4 offensive snaps. That's like $25 million a snap. Not to mention the snapped Achilles. Oh, hey,
Achilles. But yeah, man. I mean, he's 39 years old, oldest player in the NFL. It's gonna take a while for him to recover, man.
Bro, he's gonna need to fill out as much paperwork as he can get dude, with the freaking AARP, dude. Get some help on this shit.
I mean, they're saying it's going to take. Well, usually, I googled this, so don't trust this, but
WebMD.
But they say it's usually about 4 to 6 months recovery. Could take up to a year. Just
4 to
depending.
6 months. Bullshit.
Yeah, it's not going to be 100%, right? I mean,
Oh, I mean, I don't know personally.
Personally, right?
But just based off my wife's that happened, like it's been a little bit over a month, probably like a month and a half, and I mean, we haven't started physical therapy yet. She starts physical therapy 6 weeks post-op, so we're coming up on one of our appointments, and she'll start physical therapy soon after that. But it's like, she's at least walking in the boot, but it's like we don't know when she can start driving in because it's her driving foot, so it's like don't know when we can even start doing that, like putting that much pressure on it, like God forbid you have to slam on the brakes, so it's like it seems, I mean, 4 to 6 months seems like it maybe could happen, like if physical therapy goes really, really well. But from what I've heard from like family members who know people who have had it, it's more around the like 1 year mark for like a fully like 100%. Now, fingers crossed, though, we're hoping for the 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, and the way I think is like, talk about the average person tears your Achilles, right? It's like you still gotta fucking take care of your kids, fucking do your shit. Not to say that Aaron doesn't have to do it, but it's like, man, when you're at that level, it's like, brother, I'm checking myself into a rehab facility. Someone else take care of my shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it's like a lot of people here, it's like you do try to do your rehab, you do try to do everything you can and make sure you're not overstressing it, but you still have to live your life.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And it's hard as hell.
I'm
but,
sure,
Yeah,
my wife.
At least it was his left foot.
Yeah.
He can still drive.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe he might not drive. Maybe he'll have his own little personal.
Does he have a chauffeur?
Maybe he didn't in Green Bay that I know of.
It's too damn cold out
he
there.
used
Nobody
to-
wants to drive out
He used to drive his Ford F-150 out there all the time. You see him all the time, man.
there.
Of course, dude. Like I said in the previous pod, this guy's got a story for it. You see him out there all the time.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, do you remember that picture of him leaving? I think it was last year, 2 years ago. He was leaving training camp,
He looked like Con Air.
and he was in the back seat or in the truck bed. I don't know who was driving, but he was in the truck bed with a case of beer. But
Yeah, I don't think you can do that in New York City.
yeah,
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 I don't
definitely
know.
not.
I don't know if you can ride in the back. But
I don't think you can drive a truck in New York City.
man, probably not.
ain't
Small
no
streets.
damn space. When I went to New York City one time when I was visiting my uncle who lived in Virginia, and we went up there, and my uncle was like, "Yeah, like it's no big deal. Like you don't drive here. You just like commute."
Yeah.
So he's like, "We're gonna bring like a roller scooter,
Okay.
like a fucking push one."
Like
Oh,
a razor.
push one, not a motorized
No,
one.
no, no,
like
brother,
a razor,
like-
like a razor scooter.
Yeah,
dude.
like a razor scooter. So it was like me and my cousin Sean and my uncle Daryl, razor scooter,
Oh my
like down like the main freaking strip on New York.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh
Man,
my gosh, like nobody's out
Times
here doing
Square.
this. Like, I just felt so stupid. So definitely, I don't think you can ride in the back of a truck with beer.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, do I think it's gonna end his career? I don't know yet. I feel like in he's got a chip on his shoulder. I feel like he feels like he's got a lot to prove yet. So I think he might come back. And I know other people have been talking about how he doesn't have any kids, doesn't really have a family. So he's got all the time in the world. And,
He's got nothing to retire to. I
Right.
guess, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I think he might come back, but I can also see him, taking another one of those trips, man, and doing some ayahuasca, and then seeing something in his brain or whatever to tell him it's time.
I was thinking about this earlier today when I was at work. So let me ask you this. What is for Green Bay, in Green Bay, Wisconsin, how big is the voodoo section out there?
Not
somebody-
I don't know.
Somebody hex this, man.
I've never really heard about that stuff going on in Green Bay, but who knows, man? Maybe there's some witch out there,
Someone-
doing some.
One dude was like,
potions.
fuck you. And he just stuck the pin in the back of his leg.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like what a terrible. Like I don't want to end your career, dude. I don't want to put you in a wheelchair. I don't want to kill you.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to give you about a year.
Yeah.
You're off.
You're off. I know, dude. So that's another thing too. It's like we did not want to see him. I feel like us Packer fans,
Yeah, tell us how you guys feel. Like, what is y'all's perspective?
Packer Nation.
Yeah. So I feel like
Cheeseheads out there.
yeah, exactly how I said earlier. We went into this wanting to watch him, not necessarily fail. I think that's a strong word, but maybe suck. Go
But
out there
maybe
and
just
suck.
like not necessarily do any better than he was doing with y'all.
Exactly.
So y'all could at least be like, okay, bitch,
Exactly.
it's not us.
right. It's you.
It's you getting the same result. It's
right.
not
and-
us.
exactly. We just wanted that extra, especially
Validation.
Validation,
Well, I told
dude.
you so.
Exactly. But it sucks, knowing that this is the way he went out this season. I know there's a lot of people very emotional about this, either side of the spectrum. Either, yeah, he deserved it, or, man, I'm freaking crying because I don't
Yeah.
want to see him.
Yeah. I think,
I'll donate. Mine.
like, as a Bears fan, right, which we'll dive into that in a bit. But as a Bears fan, as much as I hated the dude for the years and years of torment that he put on us, it's like I did not want to see him go out like this.
Right.
You know, it's like he's without a doubt, no matter how you look at it, Hall of Fame career, right? One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and to see him go out like this, I mean, a little bit of me was hoping, since the Bears, as you guys know, and reminded me so often, and I agree, the Bears still suck. As much as we still suck.
There you go.
Yeah,
you have it here first.
You
folks.
heard it here first, straight from a Bears fan's mouth. We still suck. Okay, as much as the Bears still suck, right? It's like my only hope for like hurting y'all's feelings in some way, shape, or form was I was like, okay, if the Bears are gonna suck ass again, then I want Aaron Rodgers to go win a fucking Super Bowl.
Dang.
So that he, like in his first year, so that you guys could be like,
yeah,
oh
we suck. Fucking Green Bay sucks.
like what the fuck? Like he left us and then won the Super Bowl the first year afterwards, and we could be like, like take that. But now that's gone too. So I have literally nothing left to watch except for my fantasy team this year. But yeah, it's just like that's just kind of like, as a Bears fan perspective. As much as I hate the guy, I'm like, I didn't want to see it end like this. If this truly is the end of his career,
Right.
I wanted him to at least go out with a bang, but not like this.
I don't know. I kind of agree with what Angel was saying. Is like, I don't think this will be the end, only from a, if there's anything I know about Aaron Rodgers is like, he does have that pride, and it's like, I do feel like he has enough pride to be like, okay, they paid me big money to come here. I have to show them something.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to at least have an opportunity.
Well, dude, he had a lot of people believing in him. He had
yeah.
the stadium looked
Kanye,
packed.
dude.
Yeah, and Jake Paul was there. Freaking.
I forgot he's like a celebrity now, dude.
Yeah. I mean, all these celebrities showed up.
He's the white
to
Mike
support
Tyson,
him.
dude.
Yeah, well, it is New York City. And
Yeah.
it's Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers' debut.
Yeah.
It's not in New York. It's technically New Jersey. But, it's New York at home. 9/11 anniversary.
Huge.
Big
day.
game.
And so you have everyone show up, and then this is how it starts out.
Yeah, man.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. I know. And on top of all of this, it screws the Packers as well. We don't get that number 1 pick anymore.
First round.
Or yeah. Sorry, not number 1. First round.
Clarify.
Yeah, that'd be nice if we did get the number 1 pick. But yeah, we don't get that first round pick. We drop down back to what? Second round?
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Still not bad.
Still not bad. Usually I feel like we're pretty good with second round picks. So that's fine. It would have been nice if we got, a first round pick, but
I mean, you have 2 first rounders. That's always good. Like if you wanted to move up for somebody,
right?
It's like that's always good ammo to have in your back. Or at the trade deadline, let's say Jordan Love and the Packers do really well this season, and y'all are pushing for the playoffs or pushing to win a division. At the deadline, you need to trade for someone big, a big name. Having 2 first rounders, you might be willing to give up one.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but,
not having that.
Yeah, not having that sucks. But we're still a young team, and I feel like we'll be all right, at least for next draft. So not too worried. It sucks, but it's all right, man. But hopefully Aaron Rodgers, man, speedy recovery for the dude. And yeah, man.